Today's review comes from one of my favourite breweries. This is Azvex, and this is a Pandigital number IPA. But what's it going to be like? Keep watching to find out. Welcome back to Rocker's Beer Review. Today we're going to Liverpool brewery, Azvex, and this is their Pandigital number. Look at this artwork. Gonna showcase this off. Really looks good. I think when it comes to artwork, Azvex makes some really good looking can art. And this one is bright, it's colourful, it gets your eyes. Look, when you see it on the shelf in the bottle shop, you think, yep, I'm gonna pick that up just to see what it's all about. This is an IPA, 6.5%. It's got Mosaic and Waima hops in it. So let's crack it open, get it in the glass, see what it's all about. Obviously with the lots of the supermarket beers, birthday beers from Cloudwater and Polly's, we haven't had much from Azvex recently. So I'm looking forward to this one because I think they just make really good beers. They're in my top 5 breweries. Great artwork, good quality beer, and I think that in terms of their price point, they're very reasonable. So this was $4.99, and for a 6.5% IPA, that's pretty good value. Because like nowadays, you can be spending nearly £6 for an IPA. So the prices are good. They release lots of different beers. I mean, obviously they do release a lot of IPAs, but do doubles and pals as well. And they're always good quality. And look at this, beer in a glass. There we go, your custard in a glass. It's very pale, straw-coloured yellow. We've got a very white head, 2 fingers. Yeah, fairly compacted there, although some loose bubbles on the outside. But yeah, I mean, that looks pretty damn good in a glass, doesn't it? Let's see what the aroma's like. A little subdued in terms of aroma. I'm getting sort of lemons and limes. Definitely more on the sort of citrus front in terms of aroma. It smells not bad, but it's not overly pungent. So let's see what it tastes like. Cheers, everyone. What's interesting, it's got Mosaic in it. You would have never guessed there's Mosaic in this beer at all. It's very light, both in sort of body. It's a very light body, but also in flavour in terms of I'm getting lots of light citrusy flavours. I'm not getting any sort of tropicalness in here. I'm not getting that blueberry sort of flavour. I have had some chili nuts though, so I don't know if that's affecting my taste buds. But it's quite subdued. I mean, it's got a really soft body, real star soft body there with this beer. Flavours, yeah, lemons and limes, that sort of stuff. There's a bit of grapefruit there, but it's a little lacking. I'm trying to get something out of it, but it's one of those beers that's so easy drinking. And it's one of those sort of beers that if you're not a YouTuber, you'd think it's a cracking beer. But I'm trying to analyse it a little bit to try and guess what flavours I'm getting from it. And it's quite difficult. Light citrus notes. The body is so soft, it's sort of almost pillowy. And so because it's so light, it doesn't sort of coat the tongue at all. It just sort of floats by it, really, and when it goes down. I like it, but it is lacking in a little bit of flavour. I had a recent Azvex beer. I don't think I've got it on my shelf because I haven't reviewed it. I don't see it jumping out at me. No, so I probably threw it straight away. I had another Azvex recently, which I didn't review. I just thought I'd pick it up and I drank it. And I really enjoyed it. It had Citra and New Zealand Cascade in it. And I drank it and I thought, I really like this beer. But again, it's so light. Body-wise, it's similar to this. It's very cloud-like, pillowy sort of light body. not velvety or creamy, but just very light. And the flavours in that were much more sort of lemons, grapefruits. But with this one, I'm picking up very little. But I'm in this sort of conflict because I really enjoy the flavour and the actual experience of drinking it. But there's a little bit of sherbety lemon. That's the flavour that I'm picking out. I'm not really seeing much development in that flavour. Not getting any sort of, I'm not really picking up much grapefruit there. I'm getting a lot of lemon and a lot of very fresh lemon flavours, you know, as if it's always got lemon juice squeezed into this beer. But it's a bit one note, but it is still good. I still enjoy it. It's one of those sort of weird beers that, you know, it's enjoyable, but it doesn't make for good YouTube viewing because it's difficult to really dissect the flavours. It's lemon. There's a sweetness of lemon. It's almost like a little bit of lemon curd flavour. Sherbety lemon. It's all about the lemon, but there is slightly different elements of it. It does taste like fresh lemon juice. There's a little bit of sherbetiness to it. There's a little bit of chalkiness as well. That's a good description of it. Chalky dryness in that lemon flavour. But it's weird because it doesn't taste like Mosaic at all. Waima is one of those sort of New Zealand hops that is a lighter version of Nelson Sauvin, I think. And I'm not really picking up any stuff from that, whether it be kiwi or grape or gooseberry, any of that. It's all about lemony flavours. But it's nice. It really is nice. It's a nice flavour. It's really drinkable. But it's all about lemons. If you like lemons, you'll love it. That's simple. That's the simple one sentence description of this beer, and I'll probably put it on the thumbnail. If you like lemons, you'll love this beer. It's all about the lemons, and there is different developments of lemon: chalkiness, sherbety, real lemon juice flavors. But it doesn't develop any more from that, and I'm not really getting any other flavors. You think with a lot of lemony flavored beers, you do sort of, especially IPAs and double IPAs, you would get a bit of grapefruit coming in on the back end. But you're not really getting that. You're not even getting the sharpness of a lemon rind. It's all about juice lemon, you know, in this. But it's a really, really drinkable beer. And I like it. And I love the artwork. And so I still think this will be a recommended beer, but it's not quite up there with the best Azvex beers. But, you know, they make good beers. They're a good brewery. They tick all the boxes. Good value for money. They're not overly expensive. Really nice artwork. They release lots of different beers. They mix up the hops a lot in all their beers, which is good. So, you know, even though you might have 3 or 4 Azvex, you're not thinking, I'm drinking the same beer with a different label on, you know, because they do, you know, do experiment with lots of different hops. And they just make great beers. And this is a very good beer without being great. And I think it's just because the flavour's a little one-dimensional. But if you like the dimension of the lemon flavour, then I think you really like it. So let's get some scores. Okay, the scores are in for Pandigital number. It's an IPA, 6.5%, and we've got Waima and Mosaic in it. But you would never guess those hops. It's very citrusy, so you think Citra hop. And you would, I mean, it is very much like a Citra hop and a New Zealand hop, which is at Nelson Sauvin. Waima is that. Lots of lemony flavours, sherbety lemon, chalky lemon, real lemon juice. The more I drink it, if I had another one of them, I'd be thinking, yeah, I'm really into this. I love the flavour. I do like citrusy flavours more than your sort of tropical and stone fruity flavours. That really rocks my boat, so I really enjoy it. But it's a difficult beer to really sort of describe and sort of, you know, really analyze all the different flavors, because it's very about lemons. That's what it's all about. But let's go through the scores, starting with aroma, appearance, flavor, value for money. This is at £4.99, this beer. And finally, my overall experience. Totting the scores up, we get another recommended beer. I mean, I like it. It's a very drinkable sort of beer, and it's very much the sort of flavours I like, the lemons and all that sort of stuff. But I just want, for an IPA, for a pale ale, it would be a very good pale ale. For an IPA, just want a little bit more flavour. It's a very light, so the flavour doesn't really sort of stick around. So you don't sort of think, oh, that lemon's developing into, say, grapefruit, which, you know, a lot of beers do. So it's a very light IPA, but it's still good beer. And, you know, I've pretty much drank it. I do like Azvex beers. There's a sherbetiness to this that makes it really, really moreish. And I'm sitting there thinking, I could drink that all over again. You know, it's that sort of beer. So total score, definitely recommended. White Snake beer. You'll slide this one in. You won't even do it slow and easy. You'll do it fast and quick. Slow and easy. Fast and difficult. It's not even difficult. Oh, forget that. Anyway, let's finish this video now. Please like and subscribe. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, because it really helps the algorithm. We're building up a lot of momentum this year. I don't think I've a period of time where I've done so many videos. One, because there's some great beer being released. Certainly new beers in supermarkets, lots of birthday beers, but lots of other stuff as well. There's more beer out there that I can physically and affordability buy, but I'm trying to bring as many to the channel, so you can sort of see them, and you can see the sort of beers we have. But let me know what you think of this beer. What do you think of Azvex? I think they're really good. Give a shout out to Beer Engineers, because I know they are a big fan of Azvex as well. Yeah, give this one a try, guys, because this is a very good beer. And look at that artwork, really good artwork. It's, you know, again, it's times like, I've said this in many videos, usually when I'm talking about Azvex, if there was an extra scoring point for artwork, it'd get a couple more points for that, because I think the artwork is really spot on. They're one of the best artwork breweries for artwork that I think there is at the moment. So yeah, really good. So that's enough for me. Until the next one, you know what you do. Drink good craft beer and keep on rocking.